Guys, I'm going to do my best to make this happen in less than 10 minutes, but here's the quick overview. I'm going to first cover how to run the 3 reports you need. Second, how to copy and paste those reports using the destination formatting into the workbook. And then how to actually read the workbook so that you can reconcile your general ledger quickly. Let me get rid of this. And we're going to start off with our reports here. Bring it up. All right, the RightView web report. Once you log into your RightView web portal, reports, internal finance, general ledger detail inquiry is the report you want. You're going to click on that. It's going to bring you to this screen. The first thing you want to do is select the general ledger accounts that you need by clicking change. You're going to enter the range for the general ledger accounts. Oops, excuse me there. You're going to enter the range 40100 down to 99999. Hit search and then click this button to highlight all of them and then hit done. And it'll show you now that you have 50 selected. Then you're going to select the accounting period. So if I'm going for accounting period 1, I'm going to run it from the 1st to the 28th of January. Clicking done. We're good here. The last step is to make sure you're going to select it as an Excel file so that it'll export as an Excel, and then you click Run Report. On the Foodiger and Beverager side, you're going to go to Reports, Report List. You are going to look for GL Distribution. Click on that. Let me bring this out a little bit for you. We're going to run it by date, and you're going to enter the same date. So that would be January 1st through January 28th for period 1. Hit go. This is your report, and now to get this into an Excel file, you just click this Excel download right here. And it's the exact same operation in Beverager. Report list, you're going to go to General Ledger Distribution, change by the dates, January 1st through January 28th, hit go, and then click right here for Excel download. All right. Now, once you have all of your files downloaded, you are going to copy and paste them into this. This is the master spreadsheet. It has 2 tabs here at the bottom. Spread this out so everybody can see. All right, you have the FNB tab, which we're on, and you have the RVW tab. This is the RightView web tab. This is the FNB tab. So let's go to our reports. I'm going to do a recording of video. I'm going to go to the RightView web. Just find my report that I downloaded. Sorry, got to find it right here. General Ledger Detail Inquiry. Great. So this is the report that I just ran. Now, what's most important is that when you run this report, depending on the Excel version you're running, specifically if you're running it from one of our office computers, it's going to open with a big sign that says click to edit. Do not click to edit. Just paste or copy, I should say, the values as they are. I'm starting in the top left under the descriptions, and I'm highlighting all of the items, scrolling all the way down to the bottom of this spreadsheet where the data is. It's going to take a minute. It's a long sheet. Right? Scroll back up. Oop, missed it. Here we go. All right. I'm going to control copy. It's probably best to right click and click copy. And then I want to make sure that I'm in the top left cell, A4, when I go to paste. I'm going to click paste. You get this box. you want to make sure that you're selecting the option that says Match Destination Formatting. Okay? When you're doing this on an office computer, you'll probably have a couple of these clipboards, and if you hover over them, one of them will say Match Destination Formatting. That's the one you want to click. Okay? So this one's in there. I want to go to the FNB now. We're going to grab our reports. Here's the Beveridge report. Same thing. If it asks you if you want to edit it, do not click that. Just highlight the data. You don't need the tabs. The tabs are already in the spreadsheet. We're going to scroll down and copy all of this data here. Control copy or right click copy. Go back. We're going to go to A4, that top left cell underneath. Right click and paste. I'm on my Mac, so it's a little bit different, but you'll probably see multiple clipboards. You want to click the one that says Match Destination Formatting. Okay. Then we're going to scroll down. We want to get all the Footager and the Beveridge all in the same spreadsheet. So this is the bottom of my Beveridge. I'm going to go to this cell. That's where I'm going to put my Footager, right underneath it. As soon as I find it. Here we go. General ledger distribution. I'm going to highlight all of these. Should get all the data here. Right click, copy, back my spreadsheet, right click, paste, click the clipboard option and make sure I'm doing Match Destination Formatting. Okay, that's how you get all of the data into the workbook, okay? You'll notice that once it's all in there, I'll get out of this, there's a bunch of different formatting on each sheet, whether you're in RVW Web or you're in FNB, okay? Let me minimize this one because I have one that's already loaded now that I'm going to show you how to read. Bring this up full screen. Check my time. All right, so we're going to start in the FNB tab, and I want to explain to you what you're looking at. So, first and foremost, all of these tabs can be sorted by using these arrows. If you drop down the arrow, you can sort by ascending or descending value. You can do that on any one. I think it's easiest if you go and sort by invoice number. I know historically we reconcile the journal ledger by category, and you can certainly do that. So if you go to right here, general ledger account, and sort by ascending, it's going to rearrange everything so that you now have all your grocery up top, then your produce, then your meat, etc. For the purpose of this demonstration, I'm going to sort by invoice number. All right. Now, this is showing you all these invoice numbers here in green mean that this invoice number is not only in Footager and Beveridge, but it's also in your general ledger on the RVW Web tab. It matches. If the dollar amount for this invoice number, which we know is in both sheets because it's in green, is exactly correct, then the dollar amount here highlights in green. If it has the invoice number but the dollar amount does not exactly match the invoice number, then it stays white. If the invoice number is completely missing, then the whole line highlights in red right here. So basically, when you see one that's in red, that means this invoice isn't on your general ledger. This is the information that you need to copy and paste into your review worksheet. A couple of other tricks in here is there is a variance button. So these columns on the far right tell you, like here's an invoice number. The value matches exactly. There's no variance. Here's the invoice number. The value does not match. It's actually off by this variance. And just so you know, there's 2 of these invoice numbers on your general ledger. That might be why. You can change the variance that you're searching for up here. So if I hit enter 100, and click enter, then it's going to put little red squares around all the possible ones that have a variance over 100. If I put in 500, it'll change that to just the ones that have a variance more than $500. Now, if we look at the RVW Web tab, now we're looking at our general ledger. So this is very similar, okay? What this is telling you is, let me scroll to the top. So one, I'm going to go ahead and sort this by the invoice number as well. So A to Z. All right, there we go. Now, if it's green, then that means this invoice number matches the invoice from my FNB report. And if the amount is also green, that means that the amount for this invoice number is exactly the same as it is in FNB. A different example would be right here, where this invoice number is in FNB, it's highlighted green, this amount is correct. The next invoice number though, while it's in FNB, this amount is not. But since it's in yellow, that's telling you that this exact dollar amount does exist somewhere on the FNB report. It's probably associated with the same invoice number, but you're not sure, so you need to double check. If it's in white, like down here where this invoice number is in the system, but the value is white, it means that this exact dollar amount doesn't show up anywhere on the other spreadsheet. Now, if the invoice number itself is not in FNB and nothing matches, then it's highlighted in blue. This means you need more information. So basically, if it's in blue in this spreadsheet, then, and it's an actual invoice, then it's probably an invoice that's incorrect. Either you missed it and it's not on your Foodager and Beverager report, it skipped the store, or it's for the wrong store. These would be the ones that you need to look into to see if they need to be removed. Just a quick example of some of the stuff that can occur when you're reconciling, and then we'll be done. If you go to Food and Beverager, let's see, I picked up an example here, line 135. Okay, so here is an example. Let me highlight both of these lines. So here's an invoice number where this invoice number, it's the same invoice number, has two dollar amounts, and these dollar amounts don't match. They're not highlighted in green, so they're not matching up. Here's the variance on them, but what I see here is that there's actually 3 lines for this invoice in the other report. So I have it sorted by invoice number, 6824584. If I go over to RVW Web, since it's sorted by invoice number, I can just scroll down till I get to the 6s. Let's see here. Oh, probably 6824584. Okay, try that again. Might not have this sorted right. Here we go. So 682,484. All right, here are the invoices. This is the invoice number I was looking at. And yes, it is on 3 lines instead of 2. That's why these dollar amounts didn't match exactly. However, the total dollar amounts for this invoice match the total dollar amounts right here for this invoice. And so that's just one of the reasons that the dollar amounts might not highlight in green. I'll tell you as well that when you're running this report in RVW Web and you see these large blocks of blue, one of the things that you can do to clean this up is go to Major, that's your General Ledger category, and we're going to sort it by the General Ledger category right now. And when I go down and I get to some odd blue blocks like, hang on, probably coming up here once I get to 500s. Oh, I didn't include them in this example, so never mind. Well, I'll just tell you the point is that when you see a lot of stuff on here that may be in large blue groups and it's and it's your payroll or something that you're not actually going to reconcile, if you just delete those lines out like that, because it's not something you're reconciling, then it's not going to mess up the spreadsheet. So you can clean it up a bit and just get to where you're missing invoices. All right, I hope that helps, guys. I'll be available if anybody has any questions. And other than that, thanks for listening.